How you doing, guys? This is a look into what's in my get home bag. This is what I carry with me every day so that if something happens, like what's going on in our country right now, regardless of what I walk into or run into, I can hopefully get home to my family. I do work about 45 minutes or so from home, so this is geared up to hopefully keep me at least overnight if I need to stop. And here's a look into it coming right up. So this is everything laid out, and I'm going to go through it piece by piece. As you can see, for the most part, it's organized. It's for a reason. The better organized it is, the easier it's going to be able to deploy it when needed. And this is the bag itself, completely unloaded. So what we have here is an SOE day pack, which I've gone over before on the channel. We have two of their coffee day pouches mounted on the side with malice clips. One is marked for medical, and there is a med kit that rides in that. Inside the front here, you have a pocket that is very, very deep. It goes down to the length of the bag. What I really like about the bag is the Velcro walls. For me, that allows me to use their mesh pockets to organize this thing and keep it neat and tidy. And you have the same thing on the back side of the bag on both walls, and on this, just this wall here. So it's a pretty straightforward bag as far as these go. Very much modeled after the JanSport bags. It's got really nice padded shoulders and these D-rings here. On here, I also have one of their phone cases for holding my phone. And now we'll go into the first layer. So this is the first layer. This is a FUPA, which I've covered before in the channel. The idea of this is that if I have the pack on my shoulders, it would be very awkward to try and reach my gun if need be. So I have this set up for my pistol. This is a Green Force Tactical Burkcoat 2, and this is an SOE Velcro adjustable holster. And then I have here just a 3-mag card. The idea being that I can carry 3 mags plus the one in the gun around my waist, and I would have it right in the front, and if need be, I'd be able to draw and fire without having to try and take the bag off or work with the bag slung over my shoulders. So that's kind of level 1. Level 2. This hangs from the bag, and what this is a water bottle, but it has a life straw inside of it. The idea being that if all I had was some creek water, I could fill the bottle up with it and then draw through the life straw. That way it would filter out what I was drinking. So that's basically another outside layer of the bag. And next up will be the next layer. The next layer is the front pocket of the bag, and that holds these gloves and also a headlamp. The idea being that you can never go wrong with having a good pair of leather gloves, and if you have a headlamp, you have the ability to use your hands and illuminate what you need to be able to see. And that is what sits in the very front flat pocket of the bag. The next is the 2 exterior coffee day pouches. This is the med kit that rides in there. Sitting on top of that med kit is a boo-boo kit. Pretty straightforward. There's a marking charcoal pen, light stick, and inside of here I have some medications, band-aids, antiseptic wipes, that kind of stuff. This is a med kit. It would be what you would expect it to be. On top in the med kit we have tourniquet, gloves. There's also pressure bandages, gauze, scissors, the basics for a decent med kit. And this rides in the side coffee day pouch that has the first aid marking on the exterior of it. So I'm not really going to tear this apart, really no need to. It's a med kit. It is brightly colored because that way I can see it. Also, if someone were to open it, they'd be able to see it pretty easily even in the dark light. This orange is kind of annoyingly bright, as you can see. So that is inside of one of those pouches. This is in the next one. This is a very old Streamlight. It has the yellow incandescent bulb, but the thing just doesn't break. So it's a reliable light besides what I have on my person. I have some locking carabiners. Inside of this, I have stuff that I might need to get to. I've got mags for my pistol. So besides the two extras that I carry with me on my person, I also have these 4 mags here. I have just a beater knife that's pretty robust that I don't care if I break it. I've got a light that actually cranks. I've got a small monocular, multi-tool, some duct tape, a small Phillips head and flathead screwdriver. I've got another light stick, some paracord on a spool tool, which is missing its lighter, another headlamp. I've got a fire starter and a life straw, and also another small flashlight. I wouldn't necessarily trust this thing, especially after seeing what Jaeger went through when he had his little bug out video going. But it's there, and it can be clipped right onto a hat. And that's what's inside this bag that's on the other day pack. Now for the next layer. So this would be the next layer. This is all in the first main pocket of the bag. Right here, I have kind of a toiletry type setup. And by the way, these are the SOE mesh pockets. They're Velcro backed. These things sit really rigid inside the bag. They're actually kind of hard to tear off at times. They're a great product. I've got them all throughout all of my stuff. Some wet wipes, bug repellent, more bug repellent, sunscreen, toothbrush with toothpaste. I also have inside of here some Aquaphor, some antiseptic spray, some Neosporin spray, some lip balm, basically toiletry stuff. This is there for obvious reasons. In this bag here, I've got some technical stuff. This is a signal piece. Basically, you hit this, and it's rather bright. It's LED, meant for cars, but if you had to signal somebody, I think this thing would probably work pretty well. I've got a burner phone, just in case. This thing already has been charged up with a prepaid card, so it's good to go. The battery has been charged, but I could also charge the battery other ways, which I'll be showing you in a second. So a burner phone. I've got a solar charger for my phone, which works pretty damn well. I've got a fire starter kit. Inside the Altoids tin is a true fire starting kit, but also some matches as well. I also always have a lighter on me. This is another battery which is charged for my Baofeng that I have on me. Spare batteries. Another little screwdriver. This is a spare walkie for my Baofeng in case I break the one that it has on it. This is an in-ear, oh, I'm sorry, no, this is the charging cord for the burner phone, which can be plugged into the power source I have that I'll show you in a second. And this is just Ranger bands, night ice ties, some zip ties, stuff to secure things. On the very top of that pocket, I have this. This is a Velcro-backed TK4 deployable tourniquet pouch that SOE makes. It also works really well for the RATS tourniquet. And that's right on top inside of the bag in that first main pocket. The other thing I have in here is this. This is an Anker battery bank, power bank, whatever you want to call it. This has the ability to charge your phone about 3 or 4 times off of one full charge for the battery bank. This is one of their cords, which is kind of like cloth covered, so it's a little more resilient. This is a wall charger for a phone, for whatever you'd like. It's got 2 USB ports on it. It's very flat, so it fits in the pocket very well. This all is riding in an SOE zippered knife pouch and a flashlight. And that is what goes in the first main pocket of the bag. Coming up the next pocket. Okay, so here are the contents of the final pocket of the bag. At the very top of the bag, I have these 3 rifle mags, and they're on an SOE rifle, Velcro back rifle card. If I am out of my car or whatever the case may be, I'm going to have a rifle with me. I have mags that are on my person, but these are to replenish those if those get emptied for whatever reason. Also right on top I have the Shemagh, because it's a Shemagh. Just too many reasons not to have one. New additions to the bag is this Saw Escape Bivy. This is basically a heavy-duty Mylar interior sleeping bag. The idea being that it reflects your heat and helps keep you warm. Now, not anywhere near as important right now in the summer months, but that is in there. This is another product also from Saw. This is their shelter. It's basically a tarp that has a Mylar reflective surface. The idea being that it reflects the heat back towards your body if you have a small fire going, or even if just your own body heat for that matter. These are also brand new. These are fire starters. Jaeger showed these on his bug out video. The idea being is there's 2 pull strings. You pull opposite directions and you start a fire. It says it burns for 30 minutes. His was burning pretty hot for a very long period of time. I am a huge fan of making things as simple as possible, and this is way easier than trying to start a fire with a flint and steel or any other way for that matter. That's why I have lighters, I have matches. If you need to start a fire, do it as easy as possible, because if you're sleeping out overnight trying to walk yourself home, it's hard enough as it is. This is just basically a little food pouch and an SOE coffee bag with a Velcro backing. I have some Mountain House meals in here and some bars that are relatively temperature neutral. There's no chocolate or anything like that in those. Also inside I have this Survivor water filter. This is a battery operated water filter that'll fill a canteen or any other container pretty quickly. The idea being that, I don't have to sit there and try and drink through a survival straw from a creek or something like that. I have the ability to basically keep my wits about me and not be completely invested in that one task. I can be doing other things while getting water from a creek or a pond or whatever the case may be. This is another med kit, a bigger med kit. It has medications, headlamp, pressure bandages, things like that, and it's just a little larger version that goes in the main pocket there. And the other 2 things I have in there are this is kind of a throwaway. I'm not 100% sure this is going to stay in there. I'm constantly trying to shed weight when possible. This is a very old classic Puma Bowie. I love this knife. I know it'll never fail me. So it's nice to have something that I know I can depend on, and then if I have to throw something away or something I don't necessarily need to worry about breaking, that would be this here. But again, I think this is going to find its way out of the bag. Pounds equals pain. So that's basically a look into what's in the bag, a short explanation of why I have it there. I think everyone should be going through their own kit, figuring out what works for them. Again, shedding weight where they can. It's really easy to fill these bags way too much and then wind up with a situation where you're carrying an extra 10 or 15 pounds, which can mean a big deal if you have a long walk ahead of you. So there's the bag. Again, guys, SOE, bomb-proof gear. Check them out. Love their stuff. Great people to deal with. If you liked the video, give it a like. Please comment below any questions you have. If you thought it was worthwhile, give us a subscribe. And thanks again, guys. Have a great day.